lakad matatag!
Normally.
Heiko on the Centaur is not going to demand a lot of the map. Get out here as... Okay, Jupiter wants to go back to the fountain. He ends up dying. Technically, that puts a kill on the board there for Wildcard, but in terms of the actual gold they get...
I think is really heavily favoring Heiko, just because he's the strongest one, but... Oh boy, Bobatich. Oh, it's a simple refill, and not even a refill, because Mr. Jeans doesn't have the bottle because he's properly playing it.
Walks away from that. That was not the way it was looking like it was going to be, and now that I say that, Jupiter is going to get picked off here. So eventually a kill happens, but... Well, both sides were not the cleanest with the execution
Already, and actually, Mr. Jeans looking for a free kill, but he misses the chains, which makes this a little bit less likely. Even though Samson without boots, I mean, can't be that hard.
Yeah, he should just be able to run it down now. There it is. Samson gave it his best try, but he's still going to get taken down. Meanwhile, in the river, a little bit of a support fight. Jupiter with the haste rune. Yeah, it's smart of them to do so. So now if you're no runes, you could try and go for a push, but since you pulled both of your supports, Mini is entirely alone down bot, and Wildcard jump on. But all really kind of works out in the end there. Right? They defend the tower, they find a kill. Here comes Bobatich, though, and Mini has to be careful. He's holding waveform. Holding. Now he'll use it, going in for arc. Saying, listen, I'm surrounded, might as well try for the kill. But he's not going to be able to get it, and now he will be taken down. So, after praising him for a well-timed TP and a quick kill, now we get into weird stuff, because that's Mini dead twice in like a minute.
In this Morphling until he got his Scotty, and then he becomes the carry that just beats everybody. But until then, he is really kind of giving up a lot of his game for his teammates, who are picking up the slack. Mr. James gets another power rune. He's got a haste now, but Heiko is making way for his Blank Dagger. It's mid, though. A lot of damage. Nature's Wrath comes through, but there's the chains.
Locking
An arc.
down. Where is that snowball going? It was onto Nuagas, but he died, so they just get to snowball safely. Both supports dead on no runes.
They get picked apart by this Bat Rider. That's the mistake they 100% are going to want to and need to avoid. Because Bobatich is just farming. He's happy. He's farming some Ancient stacks right now. He's getting big. Taking a little bit of farm away from his Nature's Prophet, but a Nature's Prophet that really doesn't mind too much. As bottom, though, that was your smoke. That was kind of your dynamic duo going in with max level silence. The Rubik is very helpless versus that combo.
And there is the setup for the Mystic Flare, right? We were kind of wondering about that. The Searing Chains, honestly, still is not the greatest, but it did the job there.
Look at Samson here. Blink reveal, but needs a friend. Friends are coming, but this is kind of slow.
Oh, the snowball didn't get him over. That's very unfortunate. It leaves him in the river, but the lasso is going to be deployed. The problem is, Heiko is tough to bring down. I think they should get him here. But Mr. Jeans is coming back in. Do you want to fight into Tombstone, though? No, you do not. So
He's doing it. It works. But I think now we're probably going to see Wildcard, at the very least, maybe go for a play in mid, just because it looks like this is a free pick on an Aegis, but then maybe wait a little bit. And perfect play. Stolen Remnants, but they want the punish on the Sunlight. Sunlight does have mech and ulti, though. But with that silence, perfect from Jupiter.
there are too many tombstones on the ground from both sides, but they are going to continue pushing the way forward. Sunlight dead, Flea goes down, Snowball, it still hits onto Mr. Jeans. He jumped away from it initially, but it pulled him back into the river, so he still gets stunned and taken down, and that is unbelievably unfortunate for your Ember. But if you're Wildcard, just trying to hold the tower, but can they actually do so? It's so low in HP at this point. They're just going to stick it. Oh, Bobatich goes in. Overgrowth is going to sort of lock him down, but he did still get onto Heiko, so the damage is there. Heiko dead. Nuagas goes down. That was just a very awkward scenario, right? On the one hand, you had Wrath of Nature rooting everyone. On the other hand, you had Overgrowth rooting everyone, so they all just kind of stood there and stared at each other for 2 or 3 seconds before the fight sort of continued. But the fight still may not be done here. Eyeballing each other in the river. There's going to be the snowball jump onto Jupiter. Punches him into space, and at that point, Mr. Jeans doesn't want to get involved again.
Yeah, and they do end up
Not quite the way that they wanted that to go, but not a whole lot lost, right? It's not like they blew any major cooldowns. As Samson, yeah. Once you're caught, you're caught. Searing Chains, into the Mystic Flare, silence on top of it just so there's no sort of snowball play defensively. And as you said, level 2 Mystic Flare just gives them so much more confidence to push for any kill. If you jump on me, I am shifting no matter what, and now the teammates will TP in and they're going to look to turn this around. Wildcard, well, I don't know. That wasn't really a sneaky play. They saw Mini in the lane. They should have seen that they had the shard. They just thought maybe they had enough damage in a 3 or 4v1 to kill him in. Now do they want to try and turn this, though? They did use Ark's ult in there. And they are hesitant to push all the way forward, guessing correctly that all of No Runes are sort of on the back line, but they still get the jump onto Flea, able to take him down quickly. Samson gets clipped by the stun there as well, but the teammates are coming in to try and help. Mr. Jeans, though, hoping to fight. He just lassoed an illusion. That is awkward. Bobatich has just got to back off, but as he backs off, here comes all of No Runes streaming into the fight. Samson's already dead. Arc dropping low. BKB helping keep him alive for now, but it won't be enough. Mini still picks up the kill. Back to the west. Sunlight's doing an admirable job of trying to hold out, but eventually they're going to collapse back onto him. There it is. He's trying to switch up now. You see the Gleipnir is queued up for him, but is now too late to try and make that transition. Wildcard, they're hoping to make an initiation here. They did get onto Jupiter, but they need to be able to deal with the cores, and that's not really happening. There's going to be your Overgrowth coming through. Bobatich gets taken down. Stolen Overgrowth is going to try and reset the fight, though. How well can they do that? They still have not really dealt with the cores. The damage is significant. They're going to lose their Tombstone as Mini is able to just focus it down. But slowly they're turning this. Sunlight trying to lead from the front, but Mini morphs into the Undying, drops a Tombstone of his own. Wildcard, do you want to do this? Do they want to go back in? That's a Scotty just being delivered. So Mini is going to hit that little bit harder. Heiko trying to bait them in, blinks away. They really are just being careful at this point, but there's going to be the root coming in. Mr. Jeans wants the fight. They've spotted Arc. They know he has no defensive capabilities, so they quickly take him down, and that breaks the whole thing wide open.
Oh, and even Sunlight. There's no hook stomp for 4 seconds. Heiko really wants it, though.
Oh, there's the slow coming in from Jupiter, rejoining the engagement, and yeah, Mystic Flare down. And, oh, hold on, they rooted Bobatich. He has no BKB for 20. Just a little, only a few seconds behind. Full Satanic built up. ET, if Wildcard have any inkling this is coming, I think they need to back up, because this feels just about unwinnable for them in terms of an engagement, but they don't back up in time. Arc gets caught. BKB never activated. And he's dead for 60 with no buyback, so this very well could be No Runes.
Map crossing smokes to happen, or you retreat away from your own vision, hoping that your opponents fill the space. It's where they're hoping that No Runes split for any reason, but No Runes just simply aren't. They say, okay, let's just always be as 5. That's our only way to really lose this game, is if we split up. And look at Arc. Another initiation right out the gates, and well...
Oh, it's painful. He does have buyback this time around. Samson trying to fake it out, but they know he has no blink. There's no actual initiation here. Well, not from Samson, at least. On to Samson, sure. Mr. Jeans, very aggressive, maybe too aggressive there. He is saving one Remnant, but you can't Remnant when you're lasso. They're going to be able to pull him in. Do they have the damage, though? No, they do not. He is jumping around, doing his best to stay alive, and well, at this point, just going to turn around for the damage, but... Here's the thing. We'll be generous, and we'll say that that death allows No Runes to finish off the...
So, yeah, what can you do? Well, they can lose this fight 4v5. They need to be so careful being outside the base right now.
Well, Heiko makes the jump in. They've actually got the Bat Rider. But with Bobatich dead, I don't really know about this. Sunlight's in trouble. He's got to fall back. He's not going to really make it. They're just pushing their way forward. Sunlight goes down, and... yeah. Doesn't matter that you have the man advantage if you still can't...
Because that's the one part that you can't really fix right now. And, I mean, onto the first tier 4, half HP. Samson is just dying. And now he's going to get pulled all the way away. The Lotus Orb is going to hit, though, and maybe... Nope, doesn't snowball.
Lasso, a couple of roots come in, but they've lost Bobtich. Buyback immediately coming through, though, from him and Samson. But meanwhile, look at Sunlight on the back line, just trying to be as disruptive as possible, buying a lot of time to get the Gleipnir in onto a couple, but they still haven't dealt with Mini, and Mini is just going to start tearing through some of these heroes. Arc is dead, Samson's gone. Sunlight eventually will be brought down, and that may just be the end of it here. There is a buyback from Sunlight, however, so he's back in, but at this point the tier 4s are under attack, and Mini, well, he's on the offensive, looking for the kills. Not able to get Sunlight immediately, so he'll switch his attention to Flea, quickly able to take the Rubik out, and shoves Bobtich back into his own fountain. Sunlight will fall, tier 4s still getting hit all this time, and there's your GG. Wildcard eventually concede defeat and no runes.
That was lame.
They look good, they look confident, mostly clean execution in these fights, and they take the opening match.
Dagger Sven will kind of fulfill for no runes. So again, they draft for themselves more so than what they're. Of course, Jupiter is very hard to kill. This is a crazy smoke break, but here we go. There's the Storm Hammer, there's the arrow, a lot of damage. Bobtich doesn't have Avalanche because we don't get it, but look at the LSA. Oh my goodness.
And if it had just been a second earlier on that kill, that could have swung the other way. Oh, Heiko. That's a nice little shockwave in there, but Mini... Now he'll throw out a stun, but now it feels like it might be too late, and now it feels like it might be an overextension. Mini's getting hit up, slowed down, taken out. Sunlight will not die to the DOT, and relatively big target, not the fastest, so he is able to try and keep the angle on him for both the Tide as well as the Torrent. Of course, Bobtich has the health where, realistically speaking, it shouldn't bring him down, but well, Jupiter does get brought down in the top lane. Samson's able to just looking to grab some runes and stay out of the battery assault radius. He's not doing a great job of that at the moment, though. Getting hit up, taking a lot of damage, but he's trying to bait out the cogs at this point. Don't think Samson's going to commit it.
Yeah, he's looking for some terrain to leap over as well, just so he's committing really the least amount he can. But bottom, yeah, a little bit too much damage, and that is the Chain Lightning coming out. At least No Aegis gets the trade onto Flea, but it's that Chain Lightning damage, and actually, okay, someone's got the kill here. No Aegis is certainly dead.
There it is, after the sentry.
Yeah, which means no stacks, at least for now. But he is sitting mid. He's trying to make a play here, as they do catch Mini, or they catch Flea walking into the jungle, trying to get, again, more vision on the... Look at this,
Meantime,
though.
Yeah. Skewer into the RP. Tower shots are hitting the creep, unfortunately, but Shockwave's up in 2, and he should be able to finish the job there. Yep. Decent attempt from Samson, trying to get as much of that salve as possible, but it's not enough. But now in the river, Bobtich, is he caught here? X, Torrent, Ghost Ship, Arrow, the whole 9 yards, and they will find the kill. Ark says, I am not letting the Kunkka have any of my last hits. Fair enough. But now, you know, Laguna's down, so they don't have to worry about it. And Heiko, he's going to move in. Skewer into RP, onto Flea, takes him down immediately. So Bobtich, you're in, but you're in by yourself. And now here comes the combo. X into Ghost Ship, into Torrent. Samson's TPing in. Arrow immediately locks him down, though. And then the Global on top of it even, just to make sure. There was no funny business, no defensive effort whatsoever. Not really able to do a whole lot until he gets that blink. In the meantime, see No Runes grouping up, looking to make something happen here onto Samson. That's gross. Just straight up arrow, ghost. I don't really know if they need a ghost ship, but it's on such a low cooldown comparatively. They got to go all the way over to the west here, but by that point, Wildcard are already suspecting that something's going down, and Samson says, well, might as well check.
Yeah, and really cheap work. Samson, like, just pops the smoke, gets the D ward. Mini does get a solo kill on Flea. You know, that's kind of unfortunate. I think that was him showing off his lane. But they are farming. They're still out. Nobody goes down. Oh!
Cancel the TP.
Just barely saw him. Oh, and he's got help. He's got friends.
Oh, the X pullback is there in time for the arrow as well. Man. No runes. All the timing just comes out perfectly for them. And now with Bobtich dead, this is a staggered lineup for Wildcard. You would love to now try and push in, and they are going to give it a go onto Nuagas, which is the easiest kill that they are going to get in this game, but it may come at a cost. Arc is going to get hit. The arrow does not connect, but he's still hit by the ghost ship, pulled back by the skewer, and the Nuagas kill is now irrelevant. It just doesn't do enough to move the scale, and at this stage, yeah, they got to get out of here. Sunlight has to pop his BKB to get away. Samson may still be in some trouble. He's trying to walk out of this, and for now, he's going to be fine. But Samson living while the Lina goes down is not the ideal.
And they haven't had to use very much. Mr. Jeans is still sitting on his 9-second BKB. There hasn't been any forcing play from Heiko. He is just constantly rotating back up to the top lane, pushes it in, then joins his team. And look at this. Arc doesn't have his BKB. It's on the courier, but he's going to get stunned. All of it's going to land. And that's just the worst case scenario. Doesn't even want to pop it because he knows it doesn't matter. But they do many. They're in the mid lane. They're trying to get the picks.
They trade it out, and they're going to get Heiko as well. Or, uh-oh, maybe not. RP will connect. That sets up for the Starstorm, doing some damage. But they need more. Mr. Jeans TP's in. Can he do anything? Not in time. Heiko does go down. And that will work. And the rest of your core trio should be using this time to farm up themselves, although Bobatich is about to get caught. There's the skewer, pulling him back. They've got the silence, they've got the DOT, they've got the X now, and yeah, Bobatich really does continue to suffer.
Yeah, just the tiny bit too swift about this, and there you go, though. Daytime, really difficult smoke, even the global, just to get him out, just to be sure, but they're tracing him. They're looking for him in the trees. There's no BKB. He will die twice if he gets caught.
They don't want to use the Doom, but there's going to be the RP coming in. Good play from Bobic. So comes in with the Avatos, still locks the hero down. And they get through the first life. They burn Heiko as well, so now they can set up exclusively onto the Sven, and there's a little bit of frustrations being sort of taken out on him with Laguna and Doom, but they found a little bit more. So I guess, yeah, when the cores go down, he really just needed to straight up bail, but he's not that.
Samson would love the Lina, but they're going to have to take the clock, even though Heiko, he jumped further. It looks like it's not going to work out.
Okay. Thought for a moment there that Samson was going to be able to just sort of sneak away, but they do double back. They'll finish him off, but that's... You know, it was concerning 3 minutes ago. Now it's a definite problem, and now they're going to start paying for it. There's the jump onto the Sven. Sunlight was able to pop the BKB, so he still dooms Mini, and Mini will fall. And now, I mean, they know there's no global. They can go in again. They spot Nuagas in the tree line trying to TP away, and they will clean him up. Arc gets both kills. And this is what you couldn't afford to let happen if you're no runes. You have walked directly into the timing that Wildcard were hoping to have. As Bobatich doesn't get locked down there. RP is canceled. Heiko at this point is trying to keep the chase going. And they are going to be able to hit him up. X, Ghost Ship, Arrow. And eventually they find the kill. Samson just tried to jump his way forward, but the tidal wave pulls him back, but Sunlight is in. There's going to be the lockdown, trying to get onto Jupiter first. He will fall, and he drops his gem.
They're going to chase you out of their jungle. They're coming for you.
Bobatich tries to make the first play onto Jupiter. Not able to finish him off just yet, but the bigger fight breaks out to the north. They caught the Kunkka. Mr. Jeans is doomed up and finished off, so... Okay, cool. Jupiter gets to walk away, but Wildcard are more than okay with that. Mini was hiding in the doing nothing right now. And there's going to be a play. They get onto Flea, they find the kill, but now Bobatich comes in. There's going to be the Avalanche. Laguna Bade deployed onto Nuagas. Heiko tries to get in there for the RP, and it does hit, but at this point, it's too late to matter. The right clicks are in. Heiko himself will fall. Mini's able to blink out, but... Wow. Yeah, now he's in trouble, and I immediately have to eat my words, ET, because no play definitely would have been better than that.
Yeah. Far away from his teammates as possible.
Oh. First life taken. How confident are they in a second? Bobatich, look at the interference he's running here, though, as the global silence will be deployed. Heiko comes in. There's going to be the skewer. Bobatich, though, he is lasting a decent amount of time at this point, but eventually he does go down. Did not activate his BKB at all in that, so... Oh, no runes finally get something to kind of go their way there. Aegis burned, and a core massive if they could find it, but they need to find it now because the rest of Wildcard are looping in from behind. They're going to jump onto the silencer here again, quickly take him down, take Nuagas and Heiko out of the equation, but Arc was still a little bit away from his teammates, so they will finish him off, but the Doom has now been applied, so Mini is really not doing a whole lot of damage. Bushwhack is going to lock him down, but they're also not finishing him off. At least not yet, but there's Bobatich blinking in, going for the Avalanche into the toss play, and now Mini will die. And now this fight is realistically over. Mr. Jeans is in, but doesn't really do a lot of damage. He's going to try for this anyway, hoping to go for Samson, but Samson's able to pop the jetpack that gets him out of the tidal wave. It's always a weird interaction, but Samson's just sort of holding that.
Speeds of Travel 2 is something we've seen a lot more of recently as Heiko, well, trying for your freebie here, and oh, no camp to spawn to. But look over there. Flea in a battle versus Noages, and Arc is going to make it a little less close.
It's interesting. They want to wait for the supports to be back up, BT. Samson's in 10. Mini's going to make the jump beforehand, though. Bobatich is getting stunned up, but second stun doesn't hit. He's able to activate his BKB, but now Sunlight wants into the fight. The Doom is going to be deployed. Sven, well, still not taking a whole lot of damage here. Sunlight alone can't really do the job. They do get the sharpshooter hit in, and now maybe Bobatich can reinitiate. It's Samson who does it. Gets in with the hook shot. Mini does go down. But Sunlight ends up dying as well, but now Samson gets a very nice cog trap onto 2. And that's going to allow them to clean up the fight, even with Arc somehow ending up inside of his teammates' cogs. But I don't think No Runes realized what they just did. They threw down the vision, that's great, but they didn't realize how many heroes were down there, and now it might be too late. There's going to be the Self-Doom coming out from Sunlight, pushing his way forward onto Heiko. And Heiko just has no way to get himself out of this. He is locked down and finished off. Sharpshooter, meanwhile, connects onto Jupiter. He's just going to try and leap himself to safety, but there's going to be the blink. Doom reapplied, and Sunlight finds 2 kills. Now they're looking for a third. Silencer in trouble. Hit by the Bushwhacks. Ghost Scepter kind of buys time, but not enough to actually live.
Yeah, at least he's up in 40 seconds despite having no buyback. He's still such a low level that it...
35 seconds down with no buyback. But they're going to try and go again. They get the skewer, they get the arrow this time, but there's that disc. He on disc doing some work. Said before he really wouldn't want to go for it, but at a certain point, didn't have much of a choice, because if that combo caught him without it, could have been the Aegis taken out. As Mini, where are you going? Blinks his way past the front line. Doesn't really have a target to hit, and this fight is just so chaotic. Doesn't really feel like they have a plan, and they definitely don't with Mini just jumping in onto nothing. He's going to get taken down. There is a buyback. At this point, they have to use it. They don't have a choice. There's the buyback coming through. Heiko. This is your moment. There's no Doom up. Can he get the blink RP? Well, he gets the blink part. He gets the skewer part. The RP is going to follow, connecting onto 3. Can they kill any of these heroes off? The tidal wave pulls them all back into the fountain, ET, and hold on a second. They are starting to clean them up. Sunlight goes down. Aegis is going to bring Arc back up. He'll immediately look to TP home. And he does make it away. Samson will not, but still got that 38k lead. That does not matter anymore, right? We're getting to the point in the game where the gold becomes less and less relevant than your buyback statuses, and Wildcard have bodies to throw. They've got 4 buybacks, could be 5 if Sunlight can pick up just a little bit more gold here in the next couple of minutes. So maybe that's the play. Maybe you just throw bodies at the problem, but if you do that and lose, all your buybacks are down at the same time your opponents are coming back up. This, though, okay. Quick and easy play on to the Silencer, but he's got his buyback. Buys back into the game. He's going to throw out the ult, but Mini is still in trouble. He's locked down. Can he get away? No, he can't. Dead for 2 minutes. But remember, Blue Rapier's up on Mr. Jeans. He's the one that they've got to be careful. And Heiko, okay. Able to just pull Samson in. He uses himself. That buys some time, but not enough. Still going to get taken down. Buys back immediately, though, looking to rejoin his teammates. While this was going down, they were trying to push onto the tier 4s, but they only got 1. Nuagas in some trouble, but the RP connects. The problem is Heiko, he didn't have any sort of BKB play there, so he does get locked down, but he goes for the second RP. Gets the skewer, pulling back 2. Sunlight and Bobatich both in the fountain. Sunlight will be going down. Bobatich was able to just get himself out as best as he can, and now the Ancient's been exposed. They could just go all in on the objective. Arc says, I don't care about the fight. I'm just hitting the building. And Wildcard avoid the disaster scenario, ET.
Right.